Well, you know, like they say, there's no place like home, and nipple rings taste like key rings. So,
You know that from experience?
I would never. I would never.
However, I have clients that have been pierced, and it's a complete game changer for them.
What?
Oh,
I don't know. Are they doing that to the nipples?
They're actually satisfied with that.
I got hooked and it became a dream of mine.
I don't know. I like decorating the human body. To me,
Food would be an adornment for me. I love food.
A lot of women want them specifically to wear shirts in the summer to see, that you have your nipples pierced.
looks pretty cool in my opinion. Mom doesn't really believe in like men should have piercings.
Go
Like,
ahead,
I don't
knock it
know,
out.
Go all
I
in.
really-
Why not? It's probably not recognized enough that men do like some nipple stimulation too, and not just women. Some people naturally have big nipples.
Let the nipple heal. Yes, if you know, do either of you have nipple piercings?
so you want the seafood breast platter?
There we go.
Let's talk about breasts.
Let's talk about you and me
Let's talk about all the good things.
and all the bad things. Hello, and welcome to episode 46 of BoobTube. I'm Chantel,
I'm your breast friend, Jaleesa.
and we have another great episode lined up for you. Last episode, we talked about intimacy. We're going to do a little adding to that conversation with some adornment of the breasts. Perhaps it can be intimacy, it can be not, it can be for personal care, whatever it is, we're going to dive into that today. But before we do, we're going to take it to the BoobTube on the Move streets to see what they have to say.
Have you or would you decorate your breasts?
Well, I have tattoos already, and I have, others that don't show. So, yeah.
Okay. Have you or would you decorate your breasts?
Nah, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Nah.
I didn't think that she was gonna say she had tattoos. I thought she was a little more conservative or something. But then when she said it, I was like, I can see it.
No.
Yeah. And the other
Judging the
one-
book?
I guess so. I mean, or it was really just my guess. Like, what
Okay.
was my guess? But the other lady, that was funny. The way she paused, I was like, okay. And she's like, nah.
No.
Yeah.
It's for some people. It's not for it's not for everybody.
That is true. That is true. That's with all sorts of body
Yeah.
adornment, but specifically talking about the breast, most common ones are nipple piercings, and then you have tattoos, but might be some other stuff out there that we don't even know about. But
Yeah.
we gotta dive into that.
Recently, I didn't even notice this one, and I see this person often. But there's a piercing that just stays in
The
on their face. So
Mhm.
thinking if that were a thing for adornment on the breast, you could just have like different.
Oh yeah, you can even write like the person's name on your breast.
Yeah.
In the piercing.
Yeah.
Would not recommend, but
No.
it's a possibility. I guess.
Anything is possible.
If that's what you want to do. So it like shine like the stars.
Yes.
I guess at all times. I love my boyfriend.
Don't
I
put no
guess.
names.
Things change, people change, feelings change too. Okay, don't do that.
Yep.
Oh no, I had sneeze or something. Oh, I at least got a nose itch. The sneeze probably went away.
Okay.
Okay.
Are there other things you consider breast adornment?
Not that I know of. Nothing that's like lasting,
Yeah, I would think that too. It would be something that you can just.
like bedazzling them or
Yeah.
something, but
I
not.
think that's a BoobTube card.
It is.
Okay.
That's all I can think of.
BoobTube
But
at the dark card.
yeah, but not anything permanent.
No. Food would be an adornment for me. I love food.
Well, that's a boost at a
Shrimp.
dark heart card too.
Lobster. Anything seafood related, I think would work.
So you want the seafood breast platter,
There we go. Not to be confused with chicken.
right? Like, wow. No, that's all I can really think of. Have you ever been interested in adorning your breast?
Not at all. No piercing, no tattoos. That's not for me.
I don't think it's for me either. I do know some women who have like larger busts, like similar to mine, who do have piercings. I always felt like it was just like a lot for me. So.
Like it would be extra or
Yeah. I don't know.
But you don't always see it.
You don't, but I feel like because even one of the guys I had asked, he said that he likes nipple piercings, but on smaller breasts, and they do have a different appeal to me on smaller breasts because they're just kind of like right there, a little more perky, and it looks like like decor.
Yeah,
which is still decor for the larger breasts, but I just feel like it has a better appeal,
I guess I can see
on the
that.
eyes on the smaller breast.
What do you think about tattoos for larger versus smaller?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Because I feel like they get it more on the chest than the breast. Not say that they won't get it on the breast, but I feel like it's more like here.
Interesting. Okay, I can see that.
I mean, I don't have any tattoos either. I just don't have anything that I want on me permanently like that.
Okay. Nothing related to the pain though.
No. Not that part. It just didn't appeal to me.
Yeah, I get it. Sorry. I don't have any tattoos. Only I have two ear piercings in each ear.
Same.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
It didn't appeal to me. Sorry. So none of these would work for me. I don't know if they have like gauges or anything.
Have who?
Gauges? Gauges?
Okay.
Did I say it wrong?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
You know how like when it had a hole in it? I know how it's spelled, but I don't know. So I feel like some people. I believe it's gauge.
Is it like what you use for after to keep the
say gauge? I don't know.
What is it for?
You know when they have like the hole, like say if they have it in their ear.
Oh, that big old thing. Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called.
I think they're called gauges. I don't know if some people say gauges, but they are spelled Gauges.
Okay.
Forgive me, Webster.
It's quite a few people who have those.
Yes. I don't know if there's anything like that for the breasts, or just honestly, I just don't know if there's anything that is outside of piercing and tattoos. But I mean, I feel like we might get some lovely insight from our guests because there's so much that we don't know, I'm sure. And I'm interested to find out about it.
Me too. I'm interested, just as we are curious. Hopefully you are curious as well, even if you had it before, maybe thinking about it from the other side. So we'll get to our guests coming right up.
So carrying on with wedding season, since we're in wedding season, we've talked about lingerie and intimacy, and now we want to talk about adorning the breast. So we have here Stormy and Rebel, who are going to talk to us about ways to adorn the breast. So thank you for joining us today on Boob Tube.
It's a pleasure joining you today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So our first question for both of you is, how did you get into becoming a body piercer and or tattoo artist?
You want to go first, man?
Sure. I was gonna say ladies first, but if you want me to go first, I can go first. How did I get into piercing? Honestly, it was by accident. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was supposed to be. I was going to college to be a culinary chef, and then I was young and dumb. Not gonna lie, so I got into some trouble with the law, and after that, like the culinary school that I was going to go to didn't accept people with like a criminal background.
Mm-hmm.
So like I went to this place to go get a piercing, right? And the person that did my first piercing, I became friends with that person. I started like hanging out with them a lot, and after a while, he was like, "Hey man, you hang out at the shop with me a lot, and I'm always busy here. Like, do you want to like help me out? You want to learn?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And yeah, that's how I got started piercing, really. And I mean, I've always was intrigued into the tattoo industry. I've always found it like fascinating to me, and I never saw myself in this industry, but I just fell into it, honestly. But ever since I started piercing, I've always kind of liked it. Like it was just. Well, I mean, besides the money, I don't know. I like decorating the human body to me with body jewels or like just making it more interesting. You know, it makes everything more. I don't know. I just like decorating the human body. Honestly,
It's a form of art.
It is.
yeah.
Yeah. And what about you, Stormy?
So when I was 13, I wanted my lip pierced. My mother said absolutely not. She got me fake ones. And I was like, no. So I pierced my lip on my bedroom floor at 13. After
Wow.
that, I got hooked and it became a dream of mine. And I had an apprenticeship done in 2018, and here I am today doing what I love.
Oh my goodness. Did you get in
So,
trouble?
oh, I did get in trouble. And then it's funny because 4 months later, on my 14th birthday, she took me to an actual shop to get it done properly. So,
Wow.
Okay. You said properly. So were there some issues when you did it?
no, I was 13, and I went against her rules.
Yeah.
I
Interesting.
was
All right.
I was thinking really her name should be Rebel.
I mean, that's actually pretty cool because man, my parents. Well, I mean, my mom doesn't really believe in like men should have piercings, like piercings are for women. Like, but my mom was like literally like if you want to have like piercings or tattoos, you can't live under this roof. So honestly, I did like when I was 18 is when I got my first piercing. But I'm thinking that's cool that your parent actually took you to go get your piercing at that age because I've always wanted piercings younger, but I had to wait till I turned 18 to actually get a piercing and a tattoo. And I actually did end up moving out too because she just was not. She's like very like strict and she's like into like religious stuff. So she's like, if God didn't send you like that, why should you mark your body? You know. So
My
yeah,
grandmother says that.
But I
yeah.
also like
So,
how God kind of, threw you into that industry when you didn't know that that's where you were headed.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you also had like little signs along the way, and hey, that's what's for you.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, out of like all my family members, I'm the only one that has tattoos and piercings. Like
Mm.
nobody, I'm the only one. Like, yeah, none of my uncles, not even my dad, nobody, like, not even my cousins, nobody has tattoos and piercings. I'm literally like the black sheep. Like, I'm the only one that has tattoos and piercings out of my all my family.
Well, then I guess you have earned your name.
Actually, you know what? Like I recently, like last month, pierced one of my aunts and one of my cousins for the first time. Like,
Oh wow.
and I've been in the industry since 2009.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was 19 years old. I've been piercing. So yeah, they finally accepted me after like some years. Like,
Yay.
Yeah, you're still you,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're still you. Stormy, did you continue to like did you pierce other people?
I sure did.
Okay.
I kept piercing myself, piercing my friends, and I knew I would be doing this one day. I just didn't know when or where.
I've seen
But
kids
I
with a piercing gun at schools before, like in high school. So
high school hallways.
I can
Yeah.
imagine.
My brother came home with a piercing after my mama told him not to. And yeah, it didn't end well for him.
Amazing.
She was one of the ones you have to be grown to do it. So but yeah. Um Personal question. You can choose to answer if you know. Do either of you have nipple piercings?
I had mine for
Um,
4 years and took them out.
Oh, what made you take them out?
I hit one of them and it started to migrate out, and I didn't want those scars.
Oh my goodness.
I
damn,
can imagine hitting it.
ouch.
Yeah,
Do you have
um,
your?
I, I've always wanted mine done. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. It's just I've been debating about it. I don't know. Honestly, too, I've always like I don't feel comfortable in my body yet because I've always been fat like since I was little, and I'm trying to get like at a certain weight, and I told myself if I get like at a certain weight, like my ideal weight, I definitely do want to get them done pierced like in the future for sure.
motivation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There you
there
go.
you go.
that'll be
Yeah,
your reward.
yeah, like some people are like, oh, I want to get my belly pierced because it's like motivation for me to lose weight, so it look better in the mirror, so like it sits well. And a lot of people do come tell me like, I want to get my belly pierced just for motivation,
Oh,
purposes. Yeah.
interesting. Are there
Interesting.
any other motivational piercings that people request or ask of you? Just
Um,
belly button.
most of the belly button. I mean, sometimes the breast, but like I said, I think it's more like for me because I've always wanted to like have that like I don't know, I guess that summer body and take my shirt off and show off my piercings. But yeah, that definitely will think about doing that in the future. There's still a lot of piercings that I want to get done, but I just haven't had the time and I stay busy. And honestly, the only piercing that I've ever done on myself is my snake eyes. But besides that, I usually let other people pierce me. Yeah.
Okay, a couple of things. One, everybody's a summer body. We're gonna start there. And two, which one is snake eyes?
Snake eyes it's on the tip of the tongue.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like your gap. I just had to point
Right.
that.
Thank you. Thank you.
We here. Okay. So, what are some current trends with piercings and tattoos as it regards to breasts? And also, do either of you do tattoos as well, or just piercings?
I'm just piercings.
Okay.
I mean I started tattooing a while back when I first started piercing as well, but I just didn't like the tattoo machines from back in the day. Like it was just too much to mess with them. So whenever they came out with all these like new wireless machines, I started picking it up again because I've always been into art. I've always been into drawing and like painting and all that stuff. But yeah, I never thought that I would be doing like permanent art on people's bodies. But yeah, I'm doing tattoos now. I started like I picked it up again whenever COVID started. Whenever
Okay.
they like had closed down all the tattoo shops and like all the businesses and everybody had to stay home. Like I just like got me a little kid and I started practicing on like a couple of my friends and a couple of people that I know. Actually, a lot of my piercing customers were like, "Well, I mean, they're like, you have a light hand for piercings. Like, why don't you try out tattooing?" And they're like, maybe you have a nick for that too, or maybe you have a light hand for tattooing." And I actually do as well. Like a lot of people come see me just to get a small tattoo or any type of tattoo, but they're like, "Man, you're like, I don't really feel your tattoos. You're like very light-handed." I don't know. I always thought that was like a how would I say that? Hmm, like I always thought that like there wasn't such a thing as a heavy-handed or light-handed person, but I feel like there is because I have some tattoos that I've gotten that are kind of like raised up, where they kind of feel like 3D-ish, and then I have some tattoos that you don't feel at all. So I feel like there is such a thing as a light hand or a heavy-handed person.
I
But yeah,
experienced.
but I do tattoos as well.
So, are there trends currently? I know you mentioned some getting nipple piercings as motivation to lose weight. Are there any other trends that are currently going on when it comes to near nipple piercings?
Um, right now there's a lot of people like doing like little designs around the nipples. Um,
With
like tattoo wise, they'll get like either like a spider web or like a flower around the nipple or like
piercing?
just stuff going around it. Also like I've had a lot of people that had breast cancer and
Mhm.
they get their like nipples removed and they
Yeah.
want me to like actually tattoo an actual like nipple on them. Yeah,
We've
I
had a
like I have
guest
a
talk about that before.
The breast
yeah. Yeah,
tattoo.
I have an aunt that recently had a surgery for like breast cancer and they had to remove her breast. So she doesn't have a nipple at all. So she like asked me if I did that and I was like, I've never done it before, but I mean, well, I could try cuz literally I mean, I'm pretty good with color, everything I lie, so I think I could much pretty get it done. But yeah, I've had some people that with breast cancers like you like do like artificial nipples with the tattoo machine.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I don't personally, but I mean, I could refer you to some people.
Cool. What about you, Stormy? You seen any on your end, any trends?
I've seen a lot of people being tattooed like the under breast area. and the sternum, that's pretty big right now. And then nipples being horizontal instead of straight. Sorry. Diagonal, my bad. Diagonal.
I was like, wait, aren't they usually horizontal?
Yeah, sorry.
Like this.
Yeah, it's like slightly at like a little slant. That's super common right now as well. Or in my area it is.
It's like those planet door handles, I guess.
I guess, man. Whatever makes the people happy.
Cool. Stormy, you mentioned having nipples pierced in the past. Did you notice any stimulation difference at that point, or have you, even from customers, have you heard of anything?
So me personally, I was super unlucky. I didn't see a difference in sensitivity versus like no sensitivity. It stayed the same with me. However, I have clients that have been pierced and it's a complete game changer for them. They have like a better, intimate life with them because it's more sensitive. They can feel more. So I think that's a huge plus for them. For me, it was just nothing.
You heard anything, Rebel? Or have you experienced maybe a woman with nipple piercings?
Well, I don't know. I've always got like a lot of people with like like there's some customers that have like innies, like where the nipple doesn't really come out, but I pierce it like at a certain depth in the behind the nipple, and then it makes it erect, and then they're like happy about it. They're like, oh, now I have a nipple, like because some people I do get where like um they don't have really I mean they do have a nipple, but it just doesn't come out as much
Yeah.
as they want it to.
It's
So
flat.
after I pierce it like at a certain depth behind the nipple, it pops out and it stays erect for a while, and they're actually satisfied with that.
It makes
Because
me think about, oh, go ahead.
no, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it makes me think about Kim K's bra with the nipples.
Mm.
So it like gives the illusion of erect nipples the whole time. So it makes me think about that since now that they're happy that their nipples are sticking out some. But I never heard of an any as it regards to nipples. Only like
There's some people that have innies like where their nipple really doesn't come out as much, and they go in to get it pierced because they've heard that like I've from friends that like this guy can help you get your nipple out by piercing that at a certain depth behind the nipple, and then it makes it erect for a very long time. But yeah, that I mean, really, that's the trend right now. A lot of celebrities have their nipples pierced. I mean, I remember first celebrity that really like came out was Rihanna, where she
yeah.
had just one, and then it just everybody started getting them done. And literally all celebrities have theirs done now. It's crazy how it just blew up from like nothing to something real quick.
And Rihanna also had that tattoo under her breast too. That was
Yeah,
popular.
yeah, it's like an Egyptian tattoo. I think like
Yeah, the
the
bird. I can't think of the name of it, but yeah. So, on average, how often do y'all pierce nipples?
Honestly, I do them often, very often. Like I think probably like last week I did at least over 20 customers for sure.
And you,
I'm
Stormy?
seeing more by the week, but I'm averaging probably, 2 or 3 clients per day. But it's just sometimes it's hit and miss, but sometimes that's what I'll do in a day. But I think they're becoming more popular and they're more accepted. I know a lot of women want them specifically to wear shirts in the summer to see, that you have your nipples pierced. So they're definitely on the rise again.
And with that, are you seeing more like what is like the men to women ratio perhaps, or are you seeing more men come around to getting their nipples pierced?
I 100% have mostly female clients. I do have male clients here and there, but females are the majority of them.
Okay.
Yeah, same here. I do have like a couple of male, but most of them are females. Yeah.
So I know you said you were curious about, well, not curious, but like you have been going back and forth about getting yours pierced. Had you talked to any guys who said like what it was like for them to have theirs pierced? Their nipples?
Yeah, I had a couple friends that have gotten them in the past, and they still have them, and I don't know, they like them, I guess, because of the attention. And also because I don't know, I guess they said it enhances the feeling as well. But like I said, um, That's pretty much all I've heard of from them. But I am very curious about it on how they heal and stuff. I mean, usually they take a long time to heal, but yeah, it's pretty how do I say it? Yeah, I don't know. I've just always been curious about it, you know.
Okay. I
Is
mean,
the care about the same like with ears and other body piercings when it comes to the nipple, or is it different?
I'd say it's pretty similar. There's a few differences. You don't want to use anything like a loofah that can get snagged on that.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
You don't want to be sleeping on them as well as your ear. You don't want to sleep on that either. I say it's relatively the same care. There's a few kind of different things like that, what not to do.
you said 12 months.
What was that?
Did you say 12 months for care?
So they take like 9 months plus to fully heal. I recommend care like constantly every day, twice a day for the next like 2 months. And then just once a day or in the shower.
Yeah, I feel like my piercing took like a year to heal. Not nipples. I don't have nipple piercings, but yeah, even when I got my second hole when I was like a teenager, I feel like it took like a year to heal.
And that's okay. Some people take a really long time to heal.
Yeah, I just figured that's my body's normal time. I feel like other people healed a lot quicker. I was like, well, still working on it. You know?
Lucky for them.
Yeah, and
You
I
said
did.
you say your regular holes, like your earlobes, or was it like
Yeah,
the top of your ear?
the second one. I don't know if you can see that, but the
Oh,
second one
okay.
that took a while. My belly button
Yeah.
took a while too, like a year. So yeah, I was gonna say for you. Oh, we mentioned like male nipple play before on here, and it's like we feel like sometimes like guys might like it, but they were saying it's weird for a guy to be like, "Oh, I want you to play with my nipples," versus just like a guy being okay, like if the woman or whoever their partner is did play with their nipples. So, I feel like it's probably not recognized enough that men do like some nipple stimulation too, and not just women. So, for those who have them pierced, I mean, it makes sense that they say it enhances things because it's stimulation there too.
Yeah.
But maybe since you want to try, maybe just do one and see how it goes.
Right. I should.
If
You
you
want to
like
never get the other
the
one.
second
I'm
one.
like, I'll think about it.
Are piercings like
'Cause
tattoos? Like once you get on the road wanting more piercings?
honestly, yeah, I feel like yeah, like my first piercing ever was my eyebrow, and then from there, like I started doing my lip, my tongue. I literally the last piercing that I got were my ears, my earlobes. Well, I stretched them out to gauges not
Hey.
too long ago, and then I started doing my tragus, and then I had my helix on top. This one I just recently got done, but my helix, man, it's been taking forever to heal. It's already been like almost a year and a half. But like my second holes, my second earlobes, my upper lobes, they healed like in 3 months. Like I think yeah, like three to 6 months. But yeah, my helix up here is taking forever to heal. It's still sensitive to this day. But yeah.
I know you're mentioning a different piercings, but that also brings me to like, what's a different type of nipple jewelry that can be worn? Like, I don't know.
So
There's like oh go ahead, you go first, Stormy.
you can go ahead. You're good.
Usually they have like you know the shield. I'll call them the shields. The nipple piercings that have like a little like they go around. Like let's say like there's like a little bar crossing in the middle, and then there's like a shape around it. Usually there's like hearts or like suns or like different type of shapes, and then they have like they're just like the little straight ones, which have like diamonds on the studs or like different colors.
What about
And
you?
there's also some that actually have like chains hanging on them too, as well, or that connect to both nipples as well that I've carried before.
That could be cute. Not, I don't think you can have really big breasts because one might move one way and the chain might pop. That's what I was thinking. If you had like Rihanna breasts, I feel like hers would pretty much stay there. But the
Yeah.
other want to go there and chain pop is a mess. Um, what about the like circle ones that kind of look like door knockers, I guess? Don't they have those? Forgive me, I don't know the proper terminology.
I've seen those, but I think those were definitely most common in like the early 2000s.
Okay, so
I
they're
don't really
not
see
doing
those
that.
often.
What are those called?
I'm not gonna lie, I could not tell you.
Okay.
I
You
call
just
I call those the nipple shields because they're like around it. But I mean, some people do call them the door knockers or whatnot. Um, but like those are kind of like a hit or miss because some people's nipples don't really fit too well inside those shapes. So you have to like get like a certain shape or a certain like because like I said, some women have small. There's some women with small nipples and there's someone with big nipples. So
yeah,
with the ones with the big nipples, I don't recommend those because they're gonna be like really fitted or they might not even fit at all.
makes
They're
sense.
dependent on anatomy.
Yes, correct.
That makes
So do you all help people choose their jewelry or do they typically come in knowing what they want?
I help people choose their jewelry. A lot of times they'll get the standard barbells and then they'll come in, at their forward checkup, and then we'll go through more options because you have to get longer ones in the beginning to accommodate for swelling. And when they come back, I get an idea of what they want, pick some jewelry out, see what they want. And then, they have opals or gold, the chain ones even. It depends what they're looking for, but a lot of times I help people pick out their jewelry.
I just thought about like, when you mentioned the big nipples because it makes me think about some people naturally have big nipples, but then I also think about moms and like some of them after breastfeeding and stuff. And I can think of a friend who had nipples pierced, but I think at some point when she got pregnant, like the doctors had her remove them or something. So I was just wondering, like, do y'all get moms coming in to get them redone after having babies or breastfeeding or anything like that? Have y'all had any of those experiences?
I've had clients that have come in afterwards when they stop breastfeeding.
Okay. Is there a different, do they mention any difference in their nipples or anything post baby, post breastfeeding?
Sometimes they become more sensitive just because like, hormones, of course. But with breastfeeding, it's going to make the nipple more sensitive.
Yeah,
So sometimes it hurts them a lot more than it probably should in the beginning because it's sensitive.
makes sense. How long are they waiting to get it? Like after the baby?
I'd say, wait about 3 months to be on the safe side for totally stopping breastfeeding.
Cool.
Let that nipple heal.
Yeah.
I think Rebel, you talked about like the spiders around the breast or flowers. Is that what were you referring to
Yeah.
tattoos with that?
Usually, yeah.
Okay.
For tattoos, yeah.
Are there
I've seen like people get like spider webs around them, or like like flowers or like different designs.
okay. What are some other tattoos maybe that come to mind that maybe where or maybe one that most stick out to you, any designs that stick out to you from your customers?
Well, there's like some males that actually get like a full like chest piece, and like some of the areas where like the chest piece is, they actually like shade the whole nipple black. Like, man, that's very painful. Well, I mean, it looks very painful.
Yeah.
Uh, I've seen it a lot on males and I mean a couple females, but yeah, there's some customers at my shop where they get like a full like chest piece and they have to like shade in the nipple black because it's part of the tattoo. So yeah, that looks very painful. I don't know if I would ever try to do that, but I mean, I have my chest done, but I haven't done my nipple areas. It's just even getting close to that area feels like they're tattooing the nipple because it's just like I don't know, it just that pain radiates all around that area.
Yeah, the thought of that just, I can't. The thought of shading the nipple.
Yeah, and that's very common in like the males because some people like to get like a big piece on their chest just to get it over with, and yeah, like I've seen a lot of people get their nipple shaded all black.
I
There's
don't think.
also been like some tattoo where I saw there's a couple of guys on the internet or on Instagram where like they get like a female tattooed on them, and like their nipple is part of the nipple on the female of the tattoo, which looks pretty cool in my opinion.
That's cool. That's artistic.
Yeah.
Are there any like, I guess maybe like most interesting breast tats that y'all have seen? I feel like in the past, a lot of women had like that rose on their breast. I don't. That's what I feel like I saw as a kid a lot, or maybe like someone's name.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I've had a lot of women recently come to me to get their exes covered up because they literally put it like right there on top of their boob.
It
Like,
hurts.
I would never. I would never.
Love of
yeah,
that life. He's
yeah.
the love of my life. You put it right on my heart.
So
That,
for me, like aside from like sternum and underboob, I actually have my own breast tattooed.
uh-huh.
So I have mandalas on mine.
McDonald's?
Mandalas.
Oh, I was like, wait, what's the association with McDonald's? Like, you got the arch on your breast?
I have huge M's.
I get it. Okay, okay.
But aside
So,
from that, I haven't seen anyone get the actual tattoo like on the actual breast itself.
okay. That's cool. So are breast tats pretty common right now? Like today, 2024?
I'd say under breast ones are.
Under breast. I can see that.
Like right now, especially summer's coming up, you want to wear, your little bikini, have a little boobage showing underneath,
Well, then they have those shirts that like stop mid boob or like I guess right under the nipple areola and let the bottom boob
The
hang out.
ultra rise crop tops.
Yeah, couldn't do that, but
Same.
I haven't seen, so I can see that with the little under boob thing. I think I just saw a thing with Meg the Stallion wearing a shirt like that, and it was like, did it say best boobs on the internet or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay. I was like, did I make that up?
yeah. Nah, you're not. You did see that, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a good way to promote, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I know. Sexy Red has her boobs tattooed.
I think she got everything tattooed.
Yeah, she has like ribbons on her, like she has actual ribbons on her nipples, like they're actually like tattooed.
Hmm.
And I mean, I remember growing up, I was how little Kim had those raccoon paws on her chest, or was little Kim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
she,
they had the paws.
or was it
Some
Eve?
No,
paws,
no,
yeah.
no, Eve. Eve had the two paws
Eve.
right here.
Yeah, yeah. I remember one of them had growing up, I would see they had like little paws on their chest area.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that was popular too.
Are there other ways that people are adorning their breasts outside of piercings and tattoos? And that also brings me to, I couldn't remember in the piercing world and all that. Are they called gauges or gauges? Gauges.
Gauges.
Gauges. Okay.
Gauges, stretch lobes.
Okay. I was like, I know how it's spelled, but I don't know which way they pronounce it. Okay. So I don't know. Are they doing that to nipples?
I've seen people have like 10 gauge nipples, like piercings, but like stretching them, no. I haven't seen that. I'm sure it exists though.
Okay. I don't want.
Yeah, I think honestly, the weirdest piercing that I've ever done on the nipple is I don't know if you ever heard of a dermal. It's called an implant. Like it has like a little diamond in the front. It goes under the skin.
I can envision it.
Yeah, so this is a dermal. You see it on my eye, like right here, the little diamond.
Yeah, that's
Uh-huh.
what I thought.
So
Yeah.
I've actually done a dermal like in the middle of the nipple before.
Ooh.
Like the diamond is the nipple. You
That's
know what I'm saying?
That's interesting. That seems like that would take some technique.
And I've done it actually on a male, and I've done it on a female.
I think that's really
Yeah.
cute. Like I can see that being a cute like work of art. Like, oh, that's really nice. Like you got some great decor going on there.
Sticker for me.
Yeah, like I've actually like recently seen the male and he still has his, but the female, I guess one of hers fell out. I don't know what she was. I think she got it caught on her,
Ooh.
like I think it was like lace
Most
front.
lit-
I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Like it was
Absolutely
lacy,
not.
so
I mean, there are so many other the risk factors that come into that. Like, I don't.
Yes.
yeah.
I'm even thinking when I first got my belly button pierced and I like brushed over in my sleep, I was like, hey, like half dead. I was like, ah. So the breast and the little thing sticking out, yeah.
Yeah, and I gotta make like a kind of like a deep hole to like actually do that. So when I did the male, he sat down like a soldier, but the female, yeah, she was like very in pain whenever I did that
Wait, y'all
piercing.
don't numb? Is there such thing as numbing?
There's numbing
Uh,
cream. I wouldn't use it for piercings. It will distort the tissue, and it could majorly mess up your angles as well as you don't know what's in it, and it could more so bother the piercing and cause issues with it piercing through the skin directly instead of just like on the surface as tattoos are.
Wow.
I mean, there is people that like, I mean, that come into the tattoo shop. They're like, "Oh, I put numbing cream or I put numbing spray before I got here," but I don't personally do that. I don't numb the area for piercings.
Okay. Yeah, I learned something new. You can't get not gonna be numbed when you get that done. So that will not be me around certain areas.
Mhm.
I'm definitely learning.
Yeah. All right. We always like to end on words of positivity, and then we'll also get to where folks can find you. But what would you say to our listeners out there about something positive?
And maybe they need to
I'd
hear.
say if you're unhappy with how you look, certain body part, get it pierced, get it tattooed. If you're still unsure about what to do, viewers can shoot me an email. I'm more than happy to help and answer any questions as best as I can.
I like that.
Yeah, I would say the same. I mean, you should definitely accept your body because I mean, yeah, that's the only body you get. I mean, if you want to decorate your temple, you should,
Yeah.
you should.
Keep that in mind as you contemplate your nipple piercing now. Take your
Yeah.
own
Yeah,
advice.
I might just try one and then maybe I'll do both.
Be like,
But I
You
don't
just
know. Honestly,
gotta do it. It's a
honestly,
quick
just want to do.
finish.
like that.
Honestly, just want to do both.
Go
Like
ahead,
I don't
knock it
know.
out.
Go all
I've
in.
always,
Why not?
I've
Hey,
always
go
wanted
find
like
someone to do tandem piercings on you.
a what?
Tandem piercings. Do them both at the same time. Get it over with.
Man, I don't know. That's a lot of pain. I mean, the way that I do piercings, I do them
Says
pretty
the
quick. I
body
ain't gonna lie.
piercer.
I've done them pretty fast, but I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't know. I've always been like iffy about mm, nipple piercings. I don't know. There's still a lot of piercings that I want to get. I haven't, like I said, I haven't had the time or found the right person. But yeah.
Yes. I see.
Right.
So
Where can folks find you, Stormy?
I'm at Bayou City Tattoos in Houston, Texas. Highway 6 and I-10 area.
what about you mentioned that they can email you. What's that email address?
It's Stormy Piercings, STORMIE PIERCINGS @gmail.com.
Okay. And socials?
My Instagram is Houston Body Piercing, all one word.
And you, Rebel?
You can find me at Sacred Arts. It's over here in the north side, nearby Gulf Bank and 45.
North side. North
Yeah.
side.
I've been working in Northside forever. Like I ain't gonna lie, I used to work at Dago's way back in the day. But that was like the second shop I worked at because the first shop that I apprenticed at was called Homies Tattoos, and that was in Spring Branch, like nearby I-10 and Bengal. But I've been like to a lot of tattoo shops. I ain't gonna lie. I used to work at Homies Tattoos, Dago's, Ink Therapy, this other shop called Por Vida, which means for life, like tattoos for life in Spanish, Por Vida. And then right now I'm at Sacred Arts. But yeah, I'm there usually like from like 2 p.m. to like 12 a.m.
And what about socials? Do you have socials where people
Yeah, you could hit me up on Instagram at Rebel X713. That's REBEL X713.
Well, thanks again for joining us. Definitely did learn some things, and that was really cool. I know it's like coming into it, you think, oh, it's just piercings. Like, what's there to know? But there's so much to know.
There's a
So
lot. It's not
yeah,
just poking a hole in you.
Yeah,
yeah,
there's the care, there's how you're supposed to sleep, there's no numbing.
yeah. And the decor, what you? Oh, the not wait, a dermal. See, I'm listening. The dermal, yeah, that's all cool.
So yeah, if you're thinking about piercings, reach out to these two piercers so that they can answer your questions and hopefully they can guide you to adorn your body the way you want it to be adorned.
Exactly, they'll get you together.
All right, thank you both again for joining us and enlightening us, and we look forward to connecting on the socials.
Thank you for having me.
Of
All right.
course.
Likewise, and nice meeting you, Stormy. I've
Nice
actually
meeting
heard
you
about you.
too.
I've actually heard about you before.
What?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Getting around.
awesome.
You may be doing some great work out there.
Or bad.
No, I mean I've
Hopefully
heard.
good.
No, I've heard a lot of good things about you. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yay.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
I love hearing that.
Connections. I like
Yeah.
that.
I mean it's a small world in Houston. Like, I mean
Mhm.
I've been in the industry for a while, so like I've heard about other shops or other piercers. I mean I also do tattoo conventions, so I go pierce in different states as well or different cities as well. So yeah, I kind of like try to get in touch with everybody from the same industry, and everybody's friendly. Everybody's been cool. I don't think I've never really met any. I mean, man, there's some of us, some that are a little bit stuck up, but most everybody's been humble and nice. Yeah.
Benefits of the South, hopefully. Or me, maybe. I didn't mean to say hopefully. I don't know where hopefully came from. It was like maybe. We're just typically a little nicer down here.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
probably better than New York.
Well, you know, like they say, there's no place like home, and nipple rings taste like key rings. So,
You know that from experience?
no,
I'm just playing.
I said it's what they say, not what I experienced. I don't no. I've never encountered nipple rings on any men, so I'm gonna keep it that way for myself. At least I hope to. But I mean, that leads us into next week where we talk about some possible cultural differences, and still haven't run into that. But you know, who's to say I won't?
Yeah.
But thanks for coming home to Bluetooth to listen to us talk about these things this week as we discuss breast adornment because it's a thing and we learn a lot from our guests. So be sure to tune in next week. Like I said, we're talking about some cultural differences and you want to hear that. So make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that. We love to hear all of your feedback and make sure you are following us. Make sure you support us on Patreon for as low as $1 a month and that you shop with us at bluetoothpodcast.net. So until next time.